Container ship and tanker on fire after collision. The Solong, en route from Grangemouth to Rotterdam, and the tanker Stena Immaculate, IMO 9693018, en route from Agio Theodoroi to Killingholm, with a cargo of A1, jet fuel for the U.S. Defense Department, were in a collision on the North Sea, about 13 nautical miles off the coast of Lincolnshire. On March 10, 2025, at 9:48 a.m. the Solong hit the Stena Immaculate at a speed of 16 knots. Having maintained the same course over 9 hours, the Solong did even not immediately stop and drove into the tanker's side, coming literally out of the blue. For what seemed like 10 minutes, it appeared nobody was on the bridge of the Solong at the moment of the collision. There were multiple explosions and a massive fireball following the impact. Both ships were soon ablaze. The flames immediately began erupting from a ruptured tank, and the crew jumped into action, putting on protective gear to battle the blaze. At a moment of fighting the inferno, they knew it was a lost cause, and a decision was made to abandon the ship and get into a lifeboat. Some of the sailors even had singed hair because the flames were so close. Some of the crew scrambled to the life rafts, taking only what they had on them. Other crew members went to their rooms to gather essential belongings, also grabbing life jackets and emergency gear. The crew went to the mustering point, and a warning sound was made for all crew members. When it was verified that everyone was on board the freefall lifeboat, they launched. The captain was the last person to leave the tanker. They couldn't have waited any longer to get off the vessel, and the whole incident from impact to evacuation lasted about 30 minutes. The HM Coast Guard was coordinating the emergency response. The Humber Coast Guard broadcast a radio call asking for nearby ships with firefighting equipment, or which could help with search and rescue operations. A helicopter took off from Humberside and headed to the scene alongside the RNLI lifeboats from Skegness, Bridlington, Maplethorpe and Cleethorpes, and an HM Coast Guard fixed-wing aircraft, and nearby vessels with firefighting capability. The Spitzer Josephine IMO 8919-19 was the first to answer the Mayday call and accepted responsibility to proceed at best speed with FIFI 1 capabilities. On the whole, 3 of Spitzer's emergency response vessels responded. Besides the Spitzer's Josephine, the Spitzer Hardy, IMO 9366861, and Spitzer Madeline, IMO 9127368, arriving simultaneously on scene. By 11:40 a.m. the Cleethorpes boat had been stood down while the boats from Bridlington, Maplethorpe and Skegness continued to support search and rescue efforts. The Stena Immaculate was anchored in pause 5344 and 0024 when the container ship ran into its side. It is not clear if any has entered the water or been burnt, but jet fuel has been released from the tanker into the sea from a ruptured tank.